Hello and welcome to Kirsteen's Aesthetic Art and Travel, my YouTube channel where I share tutorials, inspiring ideas, thoughts about art and thoughts about travel and places. And I wrote this statement because I have an upcoming exhibition in Stockholm and I've been painting every day and I've been very inspired by this and very inspired by my recent move to Scotland and the sea. And I've been thinking a lot about art. And so I wrote this article, Art and the Trapdoor in the Floor, Self-Doubt. I'm an artist. It is who I am in very literal sense, like I'm a spade or I'm a hammer. By this I mean I just am. It did not come from my genetics or my qualifications or my fairy godmother. I do not require anyone else to make it so, but unlike a spade, I am because I choose to be. Being an artist means several things. I am outside the class system. Kings and prostitutes have been the subjects of artists for as long as there has been either. I am outside society and its insular groups as much as I can be. I should be friends with many groups, welcome many places, but belong very carefully. Because I should always strive for perspective. This is because an artist's function is to comment on civilization and imagine new futures for us all. This is also why I read and travel as diversely as I can. Perspective, the search for new views and ideas, and constant effort to strip away my own insular ideas for more informed ones. This often informs my message. What am I saying? What do I want to tell the world about itself? For me, this is often as simple as the world has a bright face as well as a dark one. If you look, you can see it. But I never relinquish my right to make gut-churning protest art if my moral compass tells me to. I live in a privileged country with many personal freedoms and rights. So I have not had this tested in this life, but I like to think that I would not relinquish this right lightly. This also fuels my interest in human rights education. So if one has observed the world somewhat, and one has a message, then what? Well, the next part is to communicate that message. This involves a commitment to more looking, to study and practice. One has to play around with the materials, try and try again. Get something that works and then practice it until it is part of your very soul. I am 47. I have been practicing all my life, drawing, painting, photography, calligraphy, design, sculpture, teaching, writing, and more. They all inform one another. Looking, landscapes, seascapes, art galleries, museums, cities, ads, packaging, fabrics, people, everything can be ignored or looked at. My camera usually helps me notice things. The lifetime habit of looking out for the shot which will become a painting, drawing, even more so. I sit and observe for a time period and make informed choices about what to include and what to leave out of my communication. Some things I have done which have improved my quality of communication include doing a 4-year design degree, drawing every day for 2 years, years of teaching and drawing for demonstration. This helps bridge the gap between the best at drawing in your school and a professional, even among a university full of people who were the best in their school. Guitar players practice till their fingers bleed and then play through that until they have calluses that cannot bleed. Most people do not get this far. They give up before it even hurts. I have made my hands bleed many times. I have lost my place. Here we go. They give up before it even hurts. I've made my hands bleed many times in my life, cracked by clay, cut with a craft knife, scrubbed raw, getting varnish off. They heal. They are as hard as workman's hands now, and my skill level means I hardly ever cut myself, not for years. This is what I mean by practice. Do not decide you are no good or not talented after a year or 6 of practice, that is not a fair test. Be kind to yourself. I recently looked at work from my time at university and was astonished at how basic and poorly observed it was. I was quite impressed with it at the time, and I was getting top marks too. I am undoubtedly better now, and I will be better at 60. Most of talent is won this way. Now one has to share the stuff with others. You could only create art secretly for yourself, but for me, my function is the passing on of a message. This requires someone to see it. I find many artworks go through an uncomfortable stage at some point, a phase when they look wrong and odd and off message, and then the trapdoor in the floor opens under me. The thought can enter, is this one any good? Or even, is all my art worthless? This is especially bad, as I have already pointed out that I am an artist. So is all my art worthless, as a thought, includes the implication that I am worthless too. No, do not go down this trapdoor in the floor. This is not a cool fantasy story with a fairy tale in there. You are a professional, and your way out is to do your job and finish the art. All art is worth something. If it was the art of your friend or your daughter or your mum, you would not feel this way. This tells you that it is not rational. It is a trapdoor in the floor, and it leads to quitting. It leads to abandoning being you. Do not go. Once you are past the trapdoor, it usually takes an upturn, and in the end, I nearly always like it. Some works are not good, but past the trapdoor, I look at the finished work more objectively and learn from the mistakes and plan to get it more right in the next work. I have also noticed that I have a lower and lower fail rate over the years of practice. Learning to throw pottery started with an almost 100% fail rate. A couple of years practice and I like about 50% of what I make. With painting and drawing, I have practiced so much and I like 98% of what I create. This is very fast, smooth, enjoyable, and makes me very prolific. It's like driving a fast car on empty roads with beautiful landscapes most of the time. The trapdoor skims under my feet, snapped shut with little effort at some point in this fast drive. Finally, you must show people. I highly recommend you sell it to people. They should support your future raising of the civilization in which they are forced to exist into something they can tolerate more easily. They need you. They need art more than they need bombs or sugar or controversy about the problem of the week. They pay for all of the above willingly or unwillingly. They can also pay to be helped. This is so that you might live to help them in future. I admit I do struggle with this. There is the trapdoor in the floor again. I can be sure that if I make a bar of soap and sell it for what bars of soap are commonly worth, then a bar of soap is worth that. Anyone who says it is not can safely be ignored. What is my art worth? Phew. If someone says it's not worth that, whatever I have asked for it, and I am an artist, am I not worth that? Do not go down this trapdoor. I am a professional, you are a professional. This also involves getting it out into a society, even if the society has some messed up ideas about what is worth a lot and what is not. Shares in a company that make weapons to destroy the children of some other mother, to me, are never worth even the most poorly executed and ill-practiced art. However, this is what you are up against. Yes. Remember that you are giving them your soul to heal theirs. They are being helped. You can ask for some worldly support to allow you to do this for others in the future. I hope my thoughts have been of interest. I'm always willing to help another soul create art, so you can reach out to me if you want. Love, Kirsteen.